It's that time of the year again. It's car reveal season. I think it's about time I rank and rate these liveries. I'm going to do this the same way I ranked the tracks in another video, by giving them a score out of 10 and then putting them in order at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Let's do this in chronological order and start with Haas. So Haas actually announced their livery reveal date like the night before, so it was pretty surprising to see. And they're like the only team to not have their livery leaked before the actual reveal. I guess maybe because all the other teams were hyping their reveal up with like some long 10-hour performance and presentation. But Haas were different. They got straight to the point and they just revealed it online. No video of anything, just renders. Now the livery is pretty much a carbon copy of the year before, with just a few adjustments and amendments. Now I was not a fan of last year's livery, but this year's is a tiny bit better. It's a bit cleaner in my opinion, like the lines are a bit more like less clustered and stuff. It's less like the Russian flag. But out of 10, I'm going to give it a 4. Not great. Next is the Red Bull livery. Now obviously this is pretty similar to last year's livery, which was pretty similar to the year before that and the year before that, etc, etc. This year though, most notably, is the new title sponsor, Oracle, and they have their big logo slapped on the side of it. It's absolutely massive. But I kind of wish the Red Bull livery was still there in that place because it looked way better in my opinion, because now that Red Bull logo is kind of squished above it, and now that Honda is gone, there is room for a Red Bull logo on the rear wing, which I think looks much better than before. And then there's also the nose and the front wing. I don't know if it's just the colouring or anything, but that nose looks super wide. It's almost like an F2 or even F3 car. It's just a big boy. Now what am I going to give it out of 10? I'm probably saying a high 6, low 7, so I'm probably going to give it a 6. I did prefer last year's livery though. Then after Red Bull, we had the Aston Martin. I love this livery so much. It's so much better than the BWT pink we had before with like those lines and hints everywhere. That lime green is beautiful. I also love the detail of everything under that swooshing lime green line. It's also like dark black carbon fiber. That is nice. There's also these sort of, I want to say like grills or something along those lines. It looks really menacing. I really like that. Now I'm not the biggest Aston Martin fan, but I gotta give it to them for this. This livery is just an 8 out of 10, just magnificent. The McLaren was next and oh my goodness. Now some of you may call me a biased McLaren fan, but this is one of the best liveries in years. I love how they've gone for a mix of vibrant oranges and blues, and this sort of reminds me of the Golf livery, which was beautiful by the way. I love how they've integrated the darkness as well with the black strip across the car. Now from the front, I can't lie. It looks like something I would design in F1 2021. I think it could be that font of the number on the nose and how it kind of directly clashes with the orange and blue on top of each other, whereas every other colour change is separated by a black line, but this is still a sensational livery. The only other critique I have is that Velo logo is way too big, especially at testing when we saw the car with no logo there. That looked nice. But yeah, that's the only thing I really have to say. Now would I give this out of 10? It has to be a 9, the best livery so far. Now after the McLaren we had AlphaTauri. Now ever since the rebranding of Toro Rosso to AlphaTauri, these liveries have just gotten better and better and better. I adore that AlphaTauri logo across the side pod, that looks really clean. But the worst thing I have to say about this livery is that orange X or cross on the Flexbox logo on the front wing. That looks horrible. Who signed off on that? Now, in my opinion, this livery though is better than Red Bull. It's a lot more minimalist. There's only one color scheme of that blackish, bluish white, which I think looks really nice. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I really like this livery. Next is Williams. Now this is very different from last year, and I'm not a fan of those red highlights, but the shades of blue here are pretty good, I can't lie. Now I actually really liked the Williams color scheme last year. I saw this one livery. It was inspired by the FW14B from WTF1, which I think is really awesome. Now I'm not a fan of the logo placement on this livery, especially that Williams logo and that Doriton Capital logo. That does not look nice. It's just awkwardly placed. I also think they should continue the style they started last year with that yellow, blue and white colour scheme. That looks good in my opinion. But this year I would give it a 6 out of 10. It's okay. Now on to Ferrari. Now I can't lie, this car is just a red and black livery. That's it. And to be fair, it looks pretty clean. I love the subtle inclusion of the Italian flag and I love the blacked out rear wing. And comparing this to Williams, which has like 0 sponsors, this car couldn't have enough sponsors. It's also nice to see Santander back on the car, giving us that hint of white on those front wing end plates. Now what I give this out of 10? Listen, I'm a McLaren fan, and it hurts me to say this, but I'd probably give it a 7. It's pretty clean. Alright, so after Ferrari we had Mercedes next. Now I'm not a fan of the silver livery, I can't lie. This is a massive step down from last year, which I really liked. I don't like those little star logo things they have on the side, that looks horrible. Also that Ineos logo of red looks terrible, that ain't great. Now Now when this was a render, it was maybe a 6, but in real life, I do not like this one bit. Next year, they should just go back to the black. It looks so much cleaner. Out of 10, I'm giving this a 5. I did not like the Mercedes at all. The penultimate livery is Alpine. Now originally, when I saw the leak for this with those pink front wing end plates, I thought great, just gonna be another Racing Point clone. Then after some strange dancing in their presentation, I was absolutely bamboozled at the livery. At first, I hated that pink and blue race suit, and then I also hated the livery to be fair. But after a few days, I can now say I actually really like it. I love how the two colours somewhat complement each other. And I can't lie, I'm not the biggest fan of the placement of the pink on the car. I would have rather had it like the one they're running for the first 2 races, that pink one, sort of reversed as the main livery. I think that would look nice, something like this one. But still, this livery has really grown on me. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. Pretty high, I know. But to be fair, if they ran that full pink livery, I think I would have given it a 9 because I love that pink and blue colour scheme when it's mainly pink. That looks sick. And then finally, we have the Alfa Romeo livery. Now right now it's 8 AM on the Sunday morning, it's just been released and I'm not in the mood to do this, but oh well, we have one new livery. Now to be fair, the car looks pretty good, especially those wheel covers, they look awesome. The car itself looks way better than last year in my opinion, which was already pretty good. I love the contrast, that deep red and that white. Also I love that little green clover up there, that looks really cool. I also think that the shape of these new cars just make every livery look great, especially this one. So I'm going to give it a high 7 or a low 8, so a 7 out of 10. Now I've secretly been asking you guys in my community tab what is the best livery. Now you guys have been choosing in a poll by ranking them out of 5 every time one's released. Now let me tell you how you guys rank them. In last place we had Haas, followed by Red Bull, then it was Alpine, which was surprising, and we have AlphaTauri, I like that one but oh well, and we have Williams, Mercedes and Alfa Romeo. Don't read too much into Alfa Romeo because I literally put the poll up like half an hour ago, and then we have McLaren, Aston Martin, and the winner is Ferrari. Now I'm not surprised by this ranking, at least with the top 3, the McLaren, Aston Martin, Ferrari are some of the best cars we've had in years, but I'm surprised by the Alpine, Red Bull and AlphaTauri being so low. Okay, so now it's my turn to rank the 2022 Formula 1 liveries. Let's start at the bottom in P10 with Haas. Now this may not be a surprise to anyone, I don't like this colour scheme at all with the Russian flags and the white, doesn't look good. But if they do run that clean white livery they ran in testing, this might go in P9. But yeah, right now it's P10. Then, controversially, we have Mercedes in P9. The only thing I think is if they went for silver, there's no other silver cars on the grid. So they should have just gone for a very bold silver, not this like little bleak silver. I just hate those little Mercedes logos as well on the side. Those little arrows, they do not look good at all. So it's going in P9. Then we have Williams in P8. I'm just not a fan of the red. They should have kept the blue and yellow colour scheme they had last year. It looks really clean, but now they're kind of just mix and matching colours, and it's meant to be British with blue, red and stuff, but nah, it's terrible. Then above Williams, we have Red Bull in P7. Now again, this nose and the front wing is just looks so big. It's the colour scheme, and yeah, I don't like it at all. And also that how the Red Bull logo is pushed above the Oracle logo. Nah, I'm not a fan of it. Then we have AlphaTauri. Now these cars are starting to get better, definitely. I love the logo on it, I love how it's an angle, I love the swooshing AlphaTauri name on the side pod, that looks good. It's a pretty clean car. Then we have Alfa Romeo, it's just beautiful, isn't it? I love the deep red and the white colour scheme, it just looks so nice. Then we have the Ferrari, what can I say, it's just a very clean car, no nonsense on it. Then we have the Alpine, this might be a bit controversial, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really like the colour scheme of the blue and pink. Then we have Aston Martin. I mean, what can I say? It's one of the best liveries in years with that lime green and that normal like dark green. They look really good and complement each other really well. And finally, I'll be a bit biased, but we have the McLaren MCL36. I love how it looks a bit like a glow stick and how the colours are really vibrant and they really pop compared to something like the Mercedes where it's just a bit meh and mid, isn't it? So yeah, at the top of the list we have McLaren. Now, if you have enjoyed the video this far, please do consider subscribing. It's free, only takes us a few seconds, and you can always unsubscribe later if you want. And leave your livery ranking down below in the comments. I'd love to read them. Thanks. And with that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching. I've been Connor, and I'll see you later.